And of course, something always... Well, it's a good sign to the start. Hello, everybody, it's me, Joe, and I'm back with another reaction. And finally, backed by popular demand, we're back with OverSimplified. And this time we're doing the War of the Bucket. Why? Because I think the crazier wars are the ones that need to be talked of and are the funnier. Because last time we did OverSimplified, we did the Pig War, which was idiotic. Like, ungodly idiotic. So, yeah. I figured we'd look at the... Now, I've heard of the War of the Bucket. I've heard in vague details that 2 Italian city-states went to war over a fucking bucket. A fucking bucket. Oh, boy. This is going to be weird. Hi, Nate. But yeah, so today we're watching War of the Bucket. Also, before we watch this video, make sure you like and subscribe, turn on notifications, follow me on all my social media down below in the description. And if you want to support this channel and keep giving my puppy dogs here cookies and get some cool shit to put in the chat right now, go join my YouTube membership. It's right down there. By the way, Nate, get ready. We have 2 new YouTube members. Just a heads up. I'll talk to you later. Anyway, we're gonna see what this War of the Bucket is really all about. So, let's get this video up and let's see what happens. Let's get this video started in 3, 2, 1, and here we go.
Hey, you.
Me?
Yeah, you. New merch available now, including a supremely uncool t-shirt and a glorious new character pin. Link in the description down below.
Soon enough, there will hopefully soon enough.
All right, folks, gather
Bologna.
around. I've got some good news and some bad news. Did you say good news and glad news? No, I said good news and bad news. Very bad news. Word on the street is there's going to be a horrible plague coming in from Central Asia in the next couple decades that'll wipe out half of Europe. What's the good news? Do you have a cure? Please say you have a cure. No, even better. The good news is we've got a new bucket for this city well.
What? Already, I am worried by what I think. There's gonna be pausing in this video, just so you know, just so that way I can rub out the nonsense that's going on in my life, because I've sworn to God I'm staying sober. I am doing these history videos sober. I promised myself. I promised myself. I'm gonna regret that promise, aren't I? Oh boy. A new bucket better than a cure for the plague.
To understand the War of the Bucket, we first need to talk about this guy. He's the man with the plan, the host with the most. He's holy, lowly, he eats ravioli, with the white cassock, matching pellegrina, and the most tasteful of fringed fascias. Come on. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
It's the Pope.
It's the Pope, the head of the largest religious organization in the world. But what if I told you he wasn't always the big bad boy powerhouse he's often thought as today? That's right. Throughout history, the papacy often found itself forced to wrestle against adversity and opposition to retain its authority. The earliest popes, for example, suffered under the brutal persecution of the Roman Empire, and many ended up martyred, such as Pope Clement I, who was ostensibly thrown into the sea with an anchor around his neck. On the bright side, however, he's now the patron saint of fishermen. After persecution finally ended, the Pope still found himself being heavily controlled by secular kings and nobility. For over 2 centuries, the Byzantine emperor basically decided who could become Pope. Then came a real low point, during what has been called the Dark Age, a period where noblewomen controlled the Pope through, how should I put this, feminine charm. It was around here that one infamous Pope...
Feminine charm. Oh, we're talking about the debaucherous popes. Brilliant.
John XII took office. This bad boy would hold, how should I put this, naughty no-clothes parties in the Lateran Palace. And apparently, this would even happen. Come on, Zeus. Give me a 6.
Yeah, this would happen.
Did I say Zeus? I meant Thor. Ra, the Egyptian sun god? Dang it, who is it we worship? Perhaps you should read this, Your Holiness.
Yeah, literal. Yeah, this shit actually happened. Basically, the medieval religious organizations, specifically, and we'll stick with Catholicism since it was literally, like, the most prevalent in Europe. it was Catholicism. It was a fucking. It was its own like weird government. Like the whole everything, the whole papal states. It was run. It was a mess. It was. How should I put this? It was a country that was trying to usurp all other countries through religion. It was literally, these were the, like, medieval Catholicism were the kings of overcomplicating everything. And basically, in terms of this, yeah, they really didn't, like, the men in charge, they really didn't care. They really didn't care about religion. If anyone did care about religion back then, it was usually the guys at the very, 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 very bottom of the totem pole. Yeah. If you were in the Vatican, you had to bribe your way to get up there. If you became a cardinal, you had to bribe your way up. You want a good like idea of what like this era, like early medieval, late dark age, like area. If you want a good like show of what. Actually, no. Compared to how this was, the Catholic Church is a bunch of pussycats. Compared to how they used to be, I will admit the Catholic Church still has its problems, and I say that as a full skeptic. I'm a skeptic at heart, but hey, you know what? You can believe in what you want. I believe in everyone has a right to believe. But anyway, but yeah. But if you want a good idea of what the Vatican used to be, go watch the Borgias. Like, there's an actual show about the Borgia family and their rise in the Vatican. It's not for the faint of heart, but yeah, it was pretty damn accurate when it came to how the world acted, especially in the Vatican, and how little they actually gave a shit about religion. Anyway.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth?
Yep.
Wow, this is wild. Pope John XII eventually died exactly how he lived. Caught in the act by an irate husband who picked the Pope up and chucked him out the window. The point I'm trying to make here is that often the Pope was a very weak and corruptible figure.
Yes!
And was regularly used and controlled by secular leaders as a tool to increase their own power and influence. And there was certainly an element of that in the year 800, when the Pope and the Kingdom of the Franks were good BFFs, and King of the Franks...
Oh no, here we go. We're already starting off with the Franks, aka the French! All of the world's problems, I guarantee you, can be traced all the way back. Oh dear God, it is Charlemagne. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you in my this man right here, Charlemagne. This is the man I blame for all of the problems in the fucking world. All of the issues, all of it started, all of the cracks started forming because of this guy. You're good, Connor, don't worry. But this guy right here, this guy's the start of all our problems. That he's the one that started the cracks. All of the problems that we're still dealing with today. Him. A pox on you!
Charlemagne was like, hey man, being king of the Franks is nice and all, but I want more legitimacy, and also to become the continuation of the Roman Empire. So what say in return for my protection, you crown me emperor so everyone will respect me more. Sure thing, pal. We'll hold the ceremony tomorrow. Charlemagne, king of the Franks, I hereby crown you emperor of the West. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting this at all. What a surprise. I simply cannot accept. Oh, okay then. I guess I'll just put this back over here. Give me that crown! Charlemagne's crowning as emperor was certainly an historic moment, but it also created a bit of an interesting problem. It set the precedent that from here on out, only the Pope could crown an emperor, but the Pope was also very much under the influence and control of Charlemagne. So who really held the power here? The Pope or the Emperor? I'm sure that this conflict won't cause anyone to die. Bishop of Freising, we want to thank you once again for visiting our wonderful city. It's been an honor. The pleasure is all mine, and what a wonderful tour it's been. I've seen the city walls, I've seen the towers, nothing could top that. Oh, couldn't it? Because we've saved the best for last. Ta-da! Yes, that's very interesting. Isn't it the greatest thing you've ever seen? Well, I mean, it is just a bucket. Get him out of here! Over time, Charlemagne's position as emperor and the kingdom of the Franks gradually evolved into the Holy Roman Empire. And by now,
after a few familiar squabbles and, dividing his empire and just plain starting all the problems in the world,
the Pope and the Emperor weren't such good friends anymore, since neither could agree on who was the boss of who. To make matters worse, the Emperor had taken to investing his own bishops and abbots. What does that mean? Well, allow me to explain. The problem for the Holy Roman Emperor was his empire wasn't really an empire, so much as a nightmarish federation made up of hundreds of counties, duchies, bishoprics, and more. The princes in charge of these local regions often didn't give the emperor their loyalty. The German nobility spent a lot of their time rebelling against the emperor, and the emperor spent a lot of his time trying to put down those rebellions.
It's basically a more convoluted and crazy version of the United States. And that's just my opinion. This is my opinion that the Holy Roman Empire was just an even crazier and more loose version of the United States. I kid you not. Basically, all these states had their own princes and they controlled the area. Basically, it was weird. They were all their own individual countries, but they all swore in hard air quotes their loyalty to the emperor, and it was just a mess. It's basically the same as the United States, only they had a lot more free reign over their territories than our state governors do, and they ruled for life. It was a hereditary thing. So yeah. So which one's Cali and which one's Texas? I'm gonna guess anything, let's see, anything on the French side, that is without a doubt Cali. And, actually, believe it or not, anything south in Italy, that's Texas, so it's pretty much the same. Oh, this Holy Roman Empire. This is why we put term limits on our governors, is so they don't turn into these princes, so that way, this is why it's such a mess. That's why I don't know.
Can we get rid of them? Who? All the nobility. Get rid of them and pick new ones who are loyal to me. You can't just remove noble families from their territory. Please? Aw, okay, how about this? Some of those territories are ruled by bishops and abbots, and as Holy Roman Emperor, considered by many to be the deputy of Jesus Christ himself, perhaps you can choose who gets to become bishop and abbot. Yay! Now it's time to turn out the lights and go to sleep. Okay, I love you. Okay, good night. Say it back. And so it was. The emperor invested his own family and loyal followers in...
Wow, so he's basically putting all the people that support him behind him, so that way he has a strong base in order to keep him in power. Why does that sound familiar?
To powerful church positions, and thereby was able to increase his own power and authority. Not only that, but the emperor and other nobility
more things change, the more they stay the same.
That's when someone would come along and say, hey, I want to become a bishop and get all the personal riches that come with the position. Perhaps we could come to some kind of arrangement.
Why am I feel like I'm looking at like not a documentary of the past, but a documentary of what's going on right now. Fucking goddamn it. Oh my god. I swear to God. I swear. Oh. God, if I keep losing my hair and just keep thinking of this, I'm going to turn into this day's version of Vladimir fucking Lenin.
That's right. Church positions were actually being sold to the highest bidder. And let me tell you, they probably didn't come cheap. It's going to cost you a lot more than this. I don't think so. I've got a promo code. And speaking of promo codes, do you like free money? I know I do. I really like it.
I'm not
and that's
sponsored
why
by
I
Honey.
use Honey.
Yep, it's Honey. I
is a
figured
free
it was
browser
Honey.
extension
I use Honey.
that
Honey's
automatically
awesome.
finds
Go
the
check
best
it out.
promo codes whenever you
I
shop
don't have it.
online. For free.
Yeah.
This means you always
You know
get
what?
the
I'm just
best
gonna let it
deals
play. I
without
don't
even
care.
trying
Oh
on
my
over
God.
20,000 sites like Amazon, eBay, ASOS, and more. For example, here I am buying 7
has the
pizzas
world
after a
not
long day of
changed
anime.
in
It's
so
currently costing me
fucking
$130. Oh, hello, honey. You have a voucher for me, you say? All I have to do is click, you say? Nice. I saved $31.78, and all I did was click. There is absolutely no reason not to use honey for everything you buy online. It's free and literally takes 2 clicks to install. Get honey for free at joinhoney.com/oversimplified. That's joinhoney.com/oversimplified.
Can we get back
and
to
as
the
always,
madness?
by using my links, you'll be supporting my channel. So thank you. Now where were we? Oh yeah. Investing bishops and abbots, selling church positions, authority, and power. Wait a minute. This is depravity. The purpose of the church isn't for him to increase his own authority and power. It's for me to increase my own authority and power. What about Jesus, Your Holiness? What? I thought the purpose of the church was to spread the good message of Jesus Christ.
Hold up. Hold the fuck up. Cardinals are saying, motherfucker, the Cardinals were, the College of Cardinals back then, especially back then, was the most corrupt body ever.
How drunk are you? Very.
There we go.
Alright, the results for the election of Chief Magistrate are in.
Rebecca Bologna?
Giovanni Cablami, 1%. Spaghetti Jeff, 2%. And the bucket, 1,000,000,000,000%.
What?
Around the year 1050, a series of reformist popes came along, and they said enough was enough. They wanted to stop the emperor from abusing the church and investing his own church officials. How are you going to stop me so long as I have control over who becomes pope? Remember the circular power division? If you try to stop me, I'll just depose you and pick someone else. Oh no, I've contracted tuberculosis.
Bye-bye.
And just like that, the emperor was dead. His 6-year-old son, Henry IV, took over. And as we all know, child emperors equal opportunity. The church had an opening to take back control of the papacy. Hey man, I hope you don't mind, but we're changing the rules so that only the church cardinals can elect the pope, and you no longer have any say in the matter. You know, if that's cool with you. I peed my pants. Okay, great talk. Then, with the position of the Pope a little more secure, he held a big meeting where he drew up a big list of all the reforms and new powers he was giving himself. And it included some pretty gnarly stuff.
What were they?
First, I have the power to depose emperors. Everyone cool with that? Yeah?
Yeah, one checks out.
Let's see. Only I can depose or reinstate bishops.
Checks.
Yeah? Alright. No one can judge me. All princes shall only kiss my feet. What? Only my name shall be spoken in the churches. My name is the only name in the world. Okay, I think you're done. These were all some pretty radical powers the Pope was giving
No, wait, what? He alone can... Okay, that one checks out. I'll put... The Pope alone. This is the... What? Oh, I gotta read the... Oh my god, oh my god, I never even heard... Oh, well, this goes for... I'm a military historian. Oh my god. Oh my god, what the fuck? I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Elon, boy. Hermano. My boy. Get me a rocket. Me and everyone else who doesn't want to live here anymore will leave. We'll gladly leave. We will leave this planet. I swear to God. Better yet, we'll take all the people that don't like you. We'll take them too. We'll take them too. We'll get everyone to just build us a rocket and get us out of here.
And with these reforms, the Pope was basically telling the Emperor, you no longer have the right to choose your own bishops and abbots. Only I can do that. When the Emperor, now a full-grown man, heard the news, he was furious. What? This is madness! Who does this guy think he is? I'm the Emperor, for goodness sake. He can't tell me what to do. I'll invest my own bishops and abbots if I want to, and this rapscallion can go right to heck! I peed my pants again! The whole conflict escalated when Henry IV went to the Pope and said, hey, guess what, sucker? You're deposed. Oh. Wait a minute. I'm the Pope. You can't depose me. You're deposed. Oh. Wait a minute. I'm the Emperor. You can't depose me. You're deposed. Oh. Wait a minute. Eventually, the German princes took advantage of the situation, and they all turned against Henry. Henry was forced to apologize to the Pope, and the whole thing ended there. Except it didn't. The whole conflict, known today as the Investiture Controversy, would continue on for centuries as popes and emperors engaged in a power struggle over the emperor choosing his own church officials. The overall result of this conflict is very intricate and full of complexities, but in general, the Pope was able to increase his authority. Great news, Your Holiness. Your influence is on the rise throughout civilized Europe, except for this one city in northern Italy. Really? What's going on there?
What the fuck?
As for the emperor, he found his realm thrown into further chaos and civil war, as the local princes continued to increase their own power and independence. This was most notably the case in northern Italy. Separated from the rest of the Holy Roman Empire by the Alps, the emperor's influence and control over Italy had often been questionable. In the current chaos, these Italian city-states began operating almost entirely independently.
The Italian city-states, what a mess. And these are my forebears, especially that little region in the middle, just a little, yeah, basically that whole blue at the near bottom, that's part of my line, that's part of my lineage. I have Tuscan in my blood. So yeah, even we Italians were, I don't know, who the fuck, I don't know either. Ew,
independently.
What a mess.
Their practical independence was further solidified when Emperor Frederick Barbarossa came down in 1176 to try to reassert his control. The cities formed an alliance, and with the Pope's support, they kicked the emperor right back to Germany. Hooray, said the Italian city-states. We did it! We're the best of friends. And then they immediately began attacking each other.
Again.
Why? Well, this whole Pope versus Emperor thing, in Italy at least, had infiltrated society to its very core. Across Italy, families and cities were torn between two opposing sides. On one side, the Guelphs, who supported the Pope's cause. On the other, the Ghibellines, who supported the emperor. These two sides struggled for control as Guelph cities battled against Ghibelline ones. As usual, personal interest played a pretty big role, as pro-Pope Guelph cities tended to be rich mercantile ones who didn't like the emperor's taxes. Emperors supporting Ghibellines, on the other hand, were often agricultural, where the expanding papal states were a larger threat. These cities would sometimes even switch sides depending who was in charge and their ever-changing personal
I don't
interests.
know which side my
in some
family
cities,
was on.
brutal fighting broke out in the streets as opposing families fought.
Tembuck
for
says we
control.
just
At
watched
times,
them all.
The conflict became.
Knowing my family, Tembuck says we just watched them all kill all the other families, kill each other, and then when they were all, oh no, our rivals are all dead. Oh, and all their beautiful property. Well, I guess we'll just hold on to it for the time being. That's how I'm pretty sure my family fucking survived this shit.
Became so tribal that the differences between the two sides were just downright silly. My love, I can't bear it. We must be together. But how can we? My Ghibelline family wears feathers on the left side of their caps, and your Guelph family wears them on the right. My Ghibelline family cuts fruit straight down, and your Guelph family cuts fruit crosswise.
What?
These are arbitrary differences. We shouldn't let them tear us apart. We can be together no matter what our families think. Wonderful news. Let's make a toast to our love. I'll drink from my Ghibelline smooth goblet, and I shall drink from my Guelph chaste goblet. Get out of my sight, you dirty Pope-loving wench. Two city-states in particular that got caught in a long-standing rivalry was the Emperor supporting Modena and the Pope supporting, bucket-loving, Bologna. These two cities had bad blood between them, as they had already fought against each other on a number of occasions. In 1249, the two sides took part in the Battle of Fasolta, after which the victorious Bolognese launched a live donkey into Modena to humiliate them.
Why do you hurt the donkey? That's not very nice. It's just a donkey. I'm getting sued for that, I know it.
For decades after that, the two sides would occasionally take little day trips into each other's territory and mess things about a bit. In the fateful year of 1325, the Bolognese went on one such trip and laid waste to some farmlands. The ruler of Modena, Passerino de Bonacolsi, was having none of it. The Bolognese had two major forts protecting their city in the southwest, so Passerino, in retaliation, decided to take an army down and lay siege to one of them. Hey, you dirty Bolognese jerks! You think you can raid our farmlands? Come out here and face me like a man. Hey man, what's up? I've just come out to let you know that there's no need to siege us because— Whoa, hey man, chill out. I'm trying to tell you— Whoa, stop doing that. I'm trying to tell you I'm actually secretly sympathetic to the Imperial cause and I want to willingly hand the fort over to you. Oh, cool. Okay. Dude, what was that for? For betraying your people. And this is for joining mine. Mwah. The Bolognese were pretty unhappy to lose one of their main defensive forts, but to make matters worse, then this happened. Hey, wait a minute. Where's the bucket? Oh no, it's gone! Those Modenese must have taken it. We'll make them pay. This is unacceptable. They may take our lives. They may take our fort, but they will never take our bucket! Oh wait, here it is. I found it, guys. It's right here. Phew. Could you imagine if we started a war over that? That would have been really stupid, and there'd probably be 1 billion videos about it on YouTube one day. Thank goodness it never actually happened. That's
what?
The famous story you may know of.
What? You're telling me this war, named the War of the Bucket, is I need a minute. Thankfully now I don't have a floor. I just have a nice cozy bed. Are you kidding me? I can't even have this? Oh, Elon! Build me a rocket, I'll build a space empire and I will... All this over... They name it War of the Bucket over a bucket. And then it's not even a bucket. Oh. They named this war the War of the Bucket because they say, oh, they stole the bucket. They didn't steal the fucking bucket. What the fuck? What the ever-living fuck? I need to see what happens. What the fuck happened? Please tell me what actually fucking happened. As a historian, please.
About the War of the Bucket. That the war started because Modena stole Bologna's bucket doesn't actually seem to be quite right. I was surprised to find that the bucket was likely not actually stolen at the start of the war. And at this point, I want to thank and give a big shout out to fellow history YouTuber M. Laser. He's the one guy I found who actually translated a fantastic original Italian source, and then kindly allowed me to use his work in my own research. He does really well researched and in-depth videos, and definitely deserves way more subscribers, so please head on over and check him out. The real reason Bologna seems to have declared war on Modena is simply that they both hated each other, supported opposing factions, the Pope had pulled on Guelph cities to attack Passerino, and Bologna wanted its fort back. And they were gonna get it back. Bologna had a large force, much larger than what Modena could muster up, so they felt pretty confident. They sent half their force to lay siege and take back the fort, and the other half took defensive positions to prevent the Modenese from crossing the river. The smaller Modenese force were struggling to find a place to cross, so one night they were like, hey guys, look out, we're attacking way up here in the north, better move your troops. Oh, would you look at that? That was easy. And just like that, the Modenese were across the river. The Bolognese were probably expecting the Modenese to come and break their siege, but instead, the Modenese went for the second fort at Zappolino. Bologna couldn't afford to lose both of its defensive forts, so the entire Bolognese force moved to take defensive positions at Zappolino. When the Modenese arrived, it was already late in the day, and there were about 2 hours of sunlight left. In most medieval battles, at this point, both sides would set up a camp, rest for the night, and prepare for battle the next day. Yes. But the outnumbered Modenese decided the only way to win was to deal a quick, decisive blow while the Bolognese were still unorganized and unprepared. And that's exactly what they did. They charged at the Bolognese line, and the two sides engaged in fierce combat. Then the sneaky Modenese pulled what must be the most predictable, yet somehow consistently surprising move in medieval warfare. They sent the cavalry around the side and hit them from behind. Bing bang bong, the Bolognese went on the run. With casualties in the thousands, Modena had won, and the Modenese cavalry chased the Bolognese cavalry all the way back to the city. After Modena's victory, they went on a tour of the Bolognese countryside, burning some stuff down along the way. When they reached the city itself, instead of laying siege, they set up a camp and basically held a massive party for 3 days. The defeated Bolognese could only sit back and watch. As the Modenese force began packing up and getting ready to leave, they noticed something. Oh my gosh. Hey, check this out. No way. Are you kidding me? They're still using traditional wells. Hey, you dumb Bolognese. Ever heard of an artesian well? You can't even get water out of the ground without using a stupid bucket. It's not a stupid bucket. It's a wonderful bucket. Yeah, whatever, bucket boy. We're taking this with us.
What?
So Modena stole Bologna's bucket and put it up on display in their cathedral, eventually moving it to the city hall, where it remains on display to this day. The two cities came to a peace settlement a few months later. Bologna would have to pay heavy war reparations, and in exchange, Modena would return all conquered territories. Modena kept the bucket. Despite being one of the bloodiest battles in medieval Italian history, it didn't really change anything, except now Modena had Bologna's bucket. As for the larger power struggle between the Pope and the Holy Roman Emperor, that would continue on for some time and played a part in many major events of medieval history, such as the Crusades, the Protestant Reformation, eventually leading to the general separation of church and state we see in Europe today. So there you have it.
Which
we
is
learned
way
about the
fucking
Pope
better.
and the Holy Roman Emperor, the Investiture Controversy, and finally, the War of the Bucket. It's been a long day, and it's time to turn out the lights and go to sleep. Okay, I love you. Okay, good night. Say it back!
There are days I am not happy being an amateur historian. There are just days I'm not happy. Why? Oh. Every day I feel my faith in humanity slipping away slower and slower. Like, there goes my last bits of hope for you. Yes, class, what did we learn? Oh, what did we learn? How about this? How about this? How about this? How about this? How about this for the lesson? The lesson is just there is no lesson. There's just, don't be an idiot, I guess. Don't be an idiot. Don't worship a bucket. No. The lesson is we need to get off this fucking planet as soon as possible. I'm building an official space empire. I'm naming myself Emperor again. Here we go. Who wants a space empire with me? Raise your hands. Let's do this. I need alcohol. Well, it's still kind of early in the day. I'll wait a little bit. I guess I'll just go lay down until the pain goes away. I can't take this. I can't take this much more. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed my suffering. As always, make sure, again, please like and subscribe, turn on notifications. And the best way to support the channel, honestly, at the moment, right now, is just joining my YouTube membership down there. You get some cool shit for chat. You get access to some cool emotes. And plus, you get your name at the end of my reaction videos. And until and eventually these ones when I figure out how to do transitions properly. I'm still working on that. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and as always, you know who I am, I know who you are. I will see you all in the next video. I need a drink.